Hey everybody, it's Mike. How you doing? Got a couple messages for today. Um, I was just shooting this video, but somebody knocked on my door, and instead of hitting the pause button so I could resume, I hit the stop button, so I had to restart everything. Oh man, I was like 12 minutes in or whatever, but it's all good. One of my friends bought me a big, big canister of nuts, so some peanuts and cashews and stuff. So when I get hungry, I can just kind of grab a little bit of that instead of wanting to go buy a Big Mac and eat that for lunch. Even though I haven't had a Big Mac in probably at least 4.5 months or so. So that's a good thing. Anyway, those of you who watch the video know I'm always trying to watch my weight and try to do something with the weight that the pills that I was on made me gain. So, but anyway, today I want to talk about two different things. Um, First thing is going to be change. So, you look at kind of like what's going on in the world right now, and you look at what's going on in Hollywood right now, especially with this P Diddy stuff. I did a video about that yesterday, but um, and some other stuff. But you know, there's going to be so much stuff that happens from this one event, um, trickle down, and it's going to be Hollywood people involved. There's going to be celebrities involved. There's going to be entertainers involved. There's going to be sports stars involved. There's going to be musicians involved. There's going to be politicians involved. There's going to be businessmen and businesswomen involved. There's going to be ex politicians involved. There's going to be a lot of stuff that comes from this one event that's going to be kind of like a trickle down. And then what happens is you get one person, they run their mouth. Next thing you know, you got another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. So there's going to be a lot of changes coming to the landscape, in Hollywood and across the political spectrum. And I feel like there's going to be a ripple effect. Something's telling me this is going to be the theme for the rest of this year is going to be like change. Change is in the works, and that's coming from the spirit too. That's coming here. That's change is happening. Change is coming, and as long as you haven't done anything that you shouldn't have done, you're gonna be all right. Put your feet up, grab your popcorn, and maybe you should start watching that Entertainment Tonight show now, because I think they're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff going on every night. Um, Gonna be a lot of entertainment. Some let's hold on. Let's say this: some reality TV, but not the kind of reality TV they were all hoping for, is it? This is going to be the real deal reality TV. But anyway, I wanted to talk about change. There's another way that you could look at change. The other way is it's never too late, to change your ways, to change your thinking, to change your choices, to change your decisions, and to change your actions, unless, of course, you're P. Diddy and you're already locked up. Um, Other than him, it's not too late for anybody else to try to make changes in their lives for the better, to help the betterment of society, um, and the betterment of God's kingdom. It's never too late to make that kind of a change. And, I say this all the time, God is always there for you. Um, Jesus is always there for you. All you have to do is just ask Him for help. Just ask Him, just get on your knees and just say, God help me. God, Jesus, come help me. I need help. You know, um, I'm messed up or whatever, and maybe add um, a little bit of a admission of your sins in there too. Maybe that'll help a little bit, and just kind of say you're sorry, ask for forgiveness. Do that while you're at it. It might not hurt, but it'll help, man. God will answer you, and so will Jesus. They will answer you, and maybe think about getting baptized. They've been doing these big baptisms all across the country, where they take college kids and they go into the oceans, or they go in a big pool somewhere or something. But they've literally done some in the oceans where they've had thousands of people that have been baptized, and it's just it's pretty awesome seeing some of those moments on TV and stuff. And I just so like I said, it's never too late to make a change, do the right thing, and maybe even just come clean for what you did, and accept responsibility for what you did, and move on. And I think people are much more willing to give you the benefit of the doubt if you just be a man about it or a woman about it, and just accept responsibility for whatever you did, and ask for forgiveness. I mean, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. So you know um, but change also, there's another one that kept popping up today that just kind of hit me the right way today, and I thought this was something else to talk about. In this video was, with the same theme as change, and that is, you are the company that you keep. Okay. Sorry, my throat was getting a little dry there. So you are the company that you keep. Um, and this is really important. I think people underestimate how important the social circle is that you surround yourself with, and the type of people that you associate with, because you basically do have a lot more in common with them than you think. And there is some truth to that statement. My grandmother used to tell me, my mother used to tell me, be careful, because you are the company that you keep. And if you keep the wrong crowd and you keep the wrong people, then you're going to be looked at as being just like them. And you don't want that. So, um, but, there's something I saw that I read that I actually wrote down from being online today. And it was this sobering fact, um, because I've witnessed it firsthand in my own life. And that is, some people actually like you better when you are sick. Now, this could be like sick as in physically sick. This could be like sick as in mental health sick. This could be just sick, like out of your mind, being crazy sick. Okay? Some people don't want to see you get saved. They don't want to see you get saved by God, by Jesus, especially by God and by Jesus, because if you get saved by God and Jesus, your whole life changes. You become a different person, and then you elevate. Um, Not levitate. You elevate. Okay, and I'm not saying you elevate to a different social status, but you elevate to a different level. We'll just leave it at that, a different level. And the level is going to be in an area where you are more in tune with yourself, you are more aware of yourself and your actions and what you do and how you do it and who you do it with, and you're more conscious, you're more clear headed, you're more Christ conscious than anything, meaning you think about Christ, and when you do things, you think about things like, would Jesus do this, or would Jesus do that? Would Jesus go to the bar after work and get trashed and then go home to his wife and kids? Probably not. Would Jesus go to the dispensary and buy a joint so he could smoke it on the way home from work? Probably not, right? So you probably don't want to do that. But yet, I know lots of people that do that. There's lots of people out there. You get in their car and the first thing you smell is marijuana, and they might not have smoked in it for 2 weeks, but you can still smell it. That's what they don't realize, that you can still smell that stuff. And if I smell it, I mean, a cop's going to smell it too. And then you're going to have a problem on your hands because one day you're going to be stoned, you're going to get pulled over, and then you're going to have DUI, you know? Unless you wind up killing somebody first. And it's a whole nother issue, But these are the types of things where, if you're in a different state of consciousness and you're thinking like Christ and you're thinking, what would Jesus do? You're not doing and making these stupid, poor choices that other people make. Even though at the time they feel like it's not a bad choice because I'm just stressed out and I just want to relax. And who am I really hurting? I'm not hurting anybody, right? And then the last part was, so as long as you are sicker than they are, they get to believe themselves to be healthy. So this is where they compare themselves to you and say, well, I'm not as bad as Mike. Mike's out there doing X, Y, and Z, and I don't do that. I only do X and Y. I don't do Z. So because I'm not as bad as Mike, that means I'm okay. I'm okay. So, if you're keeping a circle of friends around you to say, I'm not as bad as them, well, that's probably not a good idea to keep that circle of friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be around people who are going to elevate you, who are going to bring you to the next level, who are going to challenge you. But here's the key, though. You want them to challenge you in the right ways. The right ways. Because I'm going to tell you, there's this industry where I don't even know how much money is made in it, billions probably, throughout the world, because I see the stuff on Facebook just constantly bombarded with it. And it's all about this one word. Everybody is just, they sell this one word so much. And it's not just in real estate, it's in every industry. It's in every part of your life. It's in every part of sports. It's in everything. And that is, everybody wants to be a success. They want to be a success. And they're willing to do, well, I'm not going to say everybody, but the people who want to be successful are willing to do whatever it takes to be successful and to be more successful than the next person. And I'm not going to say that having part of that in you is a bad thing, but I don't think that should be your main thing. I don't think driving to be a success should be your number one goal, because you're going to lose in the end. You're going to be like me. My goal was to be a success. My goal was to be, I think my first resume said it, was to be the best at whatever I was doing at the time. No matter what it was, I wanted to be the absolute best. And I was going to do whatever it took, come hell or high water, to be the best. And that was it. I wanted to be the absolute best. And you know what happened was, I pretty much was in pretty much every job I've ever had in my entire life. And I've been working a job since I've been 14 years old. I've always had a job. I've never not had a job all the way through 46. So I've always been doing something with my life. And I've done everything. I've made pizzas. I worked in fast food. I was a busboy. I was a waiter. I was a bartender. I worked in a meat market where I had to, clean up after the chickens that have been sitting in the case up front with all the chicken juice and everything. I mean, I've done all kinds of disgusting jobs, and I worked at a roller skating rink. I worked everywhere. So, I've done it all, but my goal was always to be the best, no matter what. Even if it was just cleaning the toilet, I wanted to be the best. And it did, it took me to that. So I got to be the best. And in real estate, I finally thought I found the industry that was going to reward me the most for being the best. Because how'd I get rewarded in real estate? I got to make all the money. got to make all the money. Well, back in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, I basically was the number one agent in my entire company. At the whole company, the number one agent did all the volume, made all the money, made more money than anybody. Even the year I think I finished number two, I still made way more than the guy who finished number one because I knew how to play the game. I knew how to negotiate the commissions and how to get people to pay me more money. Even though I didn't do as much volume, I still made up for it on the back end. So I knew the game, and it's like don't hate the player, hate the game, you know what I mean? And I used to say to people, with success, like it's lonely at the top, but the view's amazing, you know, and that was my slogan, and it is lonely up top, it is, and there's people when you get your awards, they stand up and they clap for you and they're smiling at you until the minute you turn around. And the minute you turn around, here comes the knife to stab you right in the back. Every time. And it's just because the way society is that the more successful you get, the more haters you get. Okay? So the more haters you get, like when I and this applies to everything, haters. Like I tried to start when I was up top in my company. I didn't want to hang around with other real estate agents because I was the best agent. So why am I going to waste my time hanging around with other real estate agents? I need to hang around the best of other companies and other industries that were out there so that I could then be around the best like-minded individuals for everywhere. So I started making friends with the best loan officers who I thought were the best and the ones that I respected the most at the time, which was kind of a joke, but we'll get to that. And same thing with title company. Well, I had so much money, my wife decided to start a title company with a couple other people and got things together. And we had that rolling for a couple years, and things kind of weren't going the way we wanted to, so we eventually just got bought out of it, and just went another route. But my point is that trying to be around high successful people, we tried to help them get the company up and running and really pick and recruit the right people to take that company to the next level, which we should have done, but we didn't do it. And it's not because of us, it's because the people working at the company didn't do what they were supposed to do, which was a big reason why we all kind of parted ways. But, my point is that, your haters, they clap for you as soon as they see you, but the minute you turn around, the knives come out. And it's no different than even the people in the other industries. The knives eventually came out. And what they want to see is they want to see the big guy fall. That's what everybody wants to see. They want to see the big guy fall from grace and lose it all and, just fall apart. And that's why you got stuff going on with P Diddy right now where everybody's looking at him and they want to see it all fall apart. And they want to see who else falls apart. And it's like a big show. And it's going to be a show. It's going to be reality TV. It's going to be real. But that's why people are watching, because they want to see the rich and the famous people fall. Maybe it'll be the Kardashians. Who knows? That was something I saw the other day. But hey, I'm just saying what I saw. I don't know for sure what's going on. But my point is that you want to make sure that you always realize you are the company you keep. And with success, my point with success is you want to kind of have that maybe as a different kind of goal, maybe not your number one goal. Because your number one goal should always be God. It should always be Jesus, and it should always be God and the Holy Spirit. Because those three won't steer you wrong. And your goal should be to try to live your life like Jesus and try to give back like Jesus would to people, no matter what in society. And form relationships with the company that you keep. The company I keep now is much way different than the company I kept when I was the number one producer at the brokerage. You know, now I'm not the number one producer at the brokerage anymore, but I don't care because I made the money I needed to make when I made it. I'm grateful for all the money that I made when I made it. But I also realized that not one penny of that money that I made, all those millions of dollars, I'm not even talking hundreds of thousands, this is millions of dollars I made, um, which just seems crazy to even say that, but it's the truth. It was millions of dollars. Even at 36 years old, I had already made over $1 million, and that was crazy. But all that money, not one penny of it is actually mine. And I know that now. That's God's money. It's all God's money. And He blessed me with all those clients. He blessed me with all that business. He blessed me with all that money. And He's going to get it all back when I'm gone. I mean, yeah, it'll go to my kids or whatever, but I can't take one penny of it with me when I'm gone. So it's really worthless if you think about it. It just is a vehicle to get you from A to B, no different than a car. And you got a choice. You can drive a Hyundai, like me, or you can drive a Porsche or a Ferrari, like the A-listers in Hollywood. You can do what you want to do with your money depending on how much of it you have. But at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, how am I helping other people? And the most ironic thing is that I've found through the past, several months, that the more I help other people and the more I give to other people, the less I have to worry about taking care of myself, because God always takes care of me. And it's not about being a success in business to me. It's about being a success for God. It's not about being the ruthless number one sales ninja of the company. It's about being the best I can be for God and being a success for Him, so that when I go meet Him, He can say, yes, Mike, you are a success. Come on into the party. We're all upstairs. And Jesus has got a nice big steak waiting for you at the table with a glass of red wine. Right? And hopefully He'll sit right next to me too. Because that's how much of a success and that's how much of a good person I want to be for God and for Jesus. I want to be the example, and I didn't lose it all. I lost a lot. My incomes went way down with the stuff I went through. And it was hard for me a little bit, I'm not going to lie, because I was thinking of it from a different perspective. I was thinking of it from my old life, before I was saved, before I was born again, before I believed and truly believed in God. I was thinking, what am I going to do? I don't have a lot of money coming in anywhere near as much as I had coming in. But now I don't worry about that anymore. I don't worry about anything anymore. Everything just works itself out the way it's supposed to work itself out, because God looks out for me, because I look out for God. And that's how it can be for you too. I'm not saying I get everything I want whenever I want it. It's not about like having a genie in the bottle kind of thing. But when He knows that I need something, it just somehow happens. It might be like when I thought I was going to owe a lot of money in taxes, it might be you're actually getting a big refund instead. That was a pleasant day. I mean, it doesn't always have to be monetary either. It can be anything that happens to you. But everything that happens to you is a blessing, and everything that comes in your life is a blessing. And when you surround yourself with people at Bible groups and church events and other people who have the same Christ consciousness as you do, and belief and love of God, powerful, powerful things can happen. And then you can continue to elevate and continue to take your faith to the next level and the next level and the next level, which is what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do. That's how we're supposed to be successful in this world. It's not supposed to be whoever gets the most money wins, or whoever has the highest prestigious position in the company as partner or part owner or co this or CEO that or COO or whatever. It's not about that. It's not about putting in all the hours for the man, you know? It's about putting in all the hours for the man. This man, the one upstairs. He's the only one you got to put hours in for. But nobody seems to ever want to put any hours in for him. They're always worried about themselves, and they're always worried about their own titles, and they're always worried about their own job security. And it's not how it should be. You don't want to surround yourself with people who don't have God as their number one priority. That should be your priority. It should be, let me get in a group of people and surround myself with people who have God as their number one priority. And if you do that, I guarantee your life will change. Even if you just don't do anything else and you just do that and you focus on consistently putting yourself in the same group of people or in different groups of people that put God first. And you will see how your demeanor will change, your character will change, your behavior will change, your choices will change, your blood pressure will change, everything will change. Because you'll eventually get to a peaceful environment where you feel completely at peace and at home and just at complete tranquility. It's an amazing place to be. I always call it heaven on earth because that's what it is. And you just get there and it's like, feel great. Feels great. It's just hard to explain to people who just don't get it, who are just caught up in the rat race of life. Because that's not what it's all about. All that rat race is a distraction of what's really important. What's really important is God and serving Him and doing the right thing all the time. Even when it's hard. Even when you think He's not listening to you. Because He's listening. Every day He's listening. Every second. He's videotaping it for Himself. He sees everything. He hears everything. He knows everything. He reads your mind. He knows your thoughts. He knows everything that you need to tell Him. So just have the relationship with Him. Ask Him to help. Ask Him to dance. Ask Him to talk. Ask Him to show you the way. Ask Him how you can be a better person. That's what He wants you to do. but you have to do it. Nobody can make you do it. But when you do it, it'll start to change your life for the better. I guarantee it. So, hopefully, you took something from what I said today. I know I rambled a little bit, but hopefully, you took something I said from maybe changing your circle of influence or changing your own perceptions or just changing your belief in God. Um, and just letting Him help you, you know? So, anyway, if you like the video, please click like, give me the thumbs up, comment, put something in the comments, or share the video with people that you know. That's all I ask is like, comment, share. So thank you. Love you guys. God bless you all. And I'll see you next time.